Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome back to another episode of In the Gallery with Laura Ali. I'm your host, Laura Ali. And tonight, I don't, I'm not, it, I guess it would be a this week, right? Like it's a this week. Um, because this is somewhat in the moment happening right now. Uh, there's a missing woman in Manassas, Virginia. My sister just sent me the YouTube video of the husband who did an interview 5 days ago with the local news station. I'm sorry if my voice is a little bit, I've had a little something where I felt, but my body's healthy and strong. So I just heard about this in real time. I'm hearing about this right now in real time. And I do think this is something to cover immediately because she's still missing. This is an active investigation, and the woman who is missing is her name is I just want to make sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. Mamta Bhatt, Mam Mamta, excuse me, Mamta Bhatt. She's missing in Manassas, Virginia. She has an 11-month-year-old daughter. Her husband, who does the interview, we're going to go into the interview in just a moment. Her husband, he, his name is Naresh Bhatt. Naresh Bhatt. He is pleading for his wife to come home. However, I did read earlier, or just a moment ago when I looked into this, I did see that uh, it was about 5 days or so. So the last time anyone saw her was July 31st. But for whatever reason, he doesn't want to report her missing until August 5th. He said she wasn't missing. Then he decided to report her missing. So I haven't watched the entire um, interview that he does. I just decided to I wanted to bring that down. So I just decided to once I started to watch it, I said, let me actually watch it in real time with you guys and really evaluate his body language and the way he's communicating and all of the ways that people um you know may express a missing person. So let's get into it quickly here. Let me just do my switcheroo, make sure everyone can see. And yeah, I think, listen, we don't know, but she's out there missing. I do think it's odd, to say the least, that you wouldn't report your wife missing. Um, so say that as however you want to. So let me just.
About your wife, what has been going on the last couple days, weeks?
Yeah, it's been very terrible time, like we are just, like my baby and then myself, we are just waiting minute and second, every minute and second, just waiting like to get I don't know how to explain.
How are you doing?
I don't know. I'm like frustrating, yeah.
How long have you guys been married? 3 years, you said?
Plus.
Talk to me about your relationship. The last couple of months, how have you guys been?
Yeah, it's been like, very good, like, since like few months, like before that, one time we have like some arguments because, yeah,
Do you want to grab her?
yeah, can you hold that?
Yeah, of course. Hi.
So I don't want to put her on the camera.
In line of events, obviously there's been a little bit of discrepancy in the day you last saw her. Talk to me about the last time.
So he's about to talk about the last time he saw her. I do think, obviously, I mean, he doesn't look that concerned to me. Is anyone else picking up on that, or is it just me? I listen, I don't know what that looks like, but this, I don't know. I don't know.
You saw her.
In the evening of the Wednesday, we were here and then we ate together. Yes.
What did she say? What was she like? Did she?
We don't have like any type of that. It was like normal day, like other regular days. Just we were taking care of our baby.
The reporter asked, "What did she say? What was she like?" He said, "Oh, it wasn't anything like that." Or we didn't have anything like that. What does that mean? What would it be like besides what did she say? What was she like? Is all she asked. What did she say? What was she like? Like that's not a hard question to answer.
It was like very normal.
Did she say anything about leaving?
No.
So how did you realize that she was missing?
Oh, she wasn't fair at her work, and then she is very focused on her work. And then once we know she is not at work, then that makes very serious to me, and that's how you know like s- I don't know what I supposed to say.
When was the last time you saw her?
A Wednesday in the evening.
Okay, and then what happened after that? Did she leave? Did you leave?
No, just she was working on the kitchen. Like after eating dishes and then stuff like that. I just went upstairs with my baby.
Okay. And
What? Are you kidding me right now? What? What? You just said she didn't leave. Did I hear that correctly? Hold on. Hold on. We're gonna have to play this back a little bit because hold on. Hold on. I'm sorry. I know you guys can rewind it, but this is the first time I'm listening to this, so I just want to make sure I heard him correctly.
when was the last time you saw her?
A Wednesday in the evening.
Okay, and then what happened after that? Did she leave? Did you leave?
No, just she was working on the kitchen. Like after eating dishes and then stuff like that. I just went upstairs with my baby.
Okay. And you went to sleep or?
I'm sorry. She didn't leave. She was working in the kitchen. He went upstairs with the baby. Because he is very attentive to the baby right now, right? He went upstairs with the baby. Oh man. He doesn't seem very worried, and this is what's bothering me. It
Okay, and then what happened next? When was she supposed to go to work that night?
Yes. Yeah, we work early in the morning. Yeah, yeah. About 5:30, like around 6. We supposed to leave from the home.
But she left the night before.
No, like Thursday supposed to she at work. On Thursday she's supposed to at work.
So Wednesday night, though,
Yeah.
what happened there? You went to sleep. Where was she?
Oh, so she was working in the kitchen, and then right there, usually if I have to work, I go there, and then sometimes in the morning we do not disturb because of the baby, who is not working, we do not disturb to another person, so keep taking care of the baby, and then slightly left the home and then go for work. That's what that's what the regular schedule is.
So she never came to sleep, though.
Yes, he came. Like I heard, noise, something like that. She came, she was here doing
no. No, she didn't. Where is she? Where is she? Where is your wife? Mamta Bhatt. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's Mamta, Mamta, or Mamta Bhatt. Bhatt. Where is she? She never, I don't believe that she went to bed, or he keeps talking about her working in the kitchen. And obviously, I'm not going to accuse this man of doing something, because everyone's innocent until proven guilty, or convict him of doing something, because I was not in their home. I do not know. Stranger things have happened. Um, but there's something about his body language. There's something about the way he keeps referencing her working in the kitchen. I'm assuming with a missing person of this magnitude. So this happened, and I'm gonna say again, in Manassas, Virginia. Um, I guess my sister is in Northern Virginia, so she received, I guess, through she got a local, local news station. So she sent this to me just to say, like, this woman's missing. The husband, she actually didn't even say anything in the message. She just sent it to me. But I know what she's saying is essentially this woman's missing, and the husband is doing a news report. And this reporter, thank goodness for her. Thank goodness that someone went and knocked on his door and said, "Tell me, tell me." And he trying to, I'm going to put my hat on of the potential investigator hat or prosecutor hat. I perceive this as him wanting to seem like the innocent husband who did not murder his wife. I have no proof that he did. I have no proof that he murdered his wife. But his body language and the way he's communicating to this reporter, I was going to call her investigator. She's an investigator, but investigative reporter signifies to me that he knows more. He keeps referencing her being working in the kitchen and working downstairs in the kitchen, and him taking the baby upstairs and going to bed. I've only watched this video for 3 minutes and I feel like he's lying. So to me, I would assume that investigators, crime scene investigators, detectives would have assumed the same, right? We're on so she went missing July 31st. We're on day 21. So, of her missing. So, and he did this interview about 15 days ago. Excuse me. This interview happened on the 5th. I'm sorry, he reported her missing on the 5th. On the 15th, 5 days ago, this interview happened. And I'm going to assume that investigators have checked their house for crime scene uh evidence of some sort, and I'm going to assume that came up clean. But the fact that he keeps referencing the kitchen, something about that feels eerie to me. Something about that does not feel right. Something about that suggests to me that something happened in or around that time. That was the last time he saw her alive, potentially. Listen, I'm not accusing him of anything. I don't know, or maybe I am. I, I just I'm just, from a liability standpoint, I just don't want to say anything too crazy. But essentially, all I'm saying is this doesn't seem right. This seems suspicious. This seems highly suspicious to me. And we're gonna let's continue, because I just had to get that off, because he thinks he's smarter than the rest of the world. He thinks he's so convincing, in my opinion. He thinks he And I love this investigator. She is not letting up. All right.
Pieces and then stuff like that. I heard that, like some type of noise, but like, you don't, pay much attention like that because that is the regular schedule.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't normally sleep together at night?
Oh, we do sometimes.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm just going to play it back because I got distracted with my own talk, so I can't remember what he was saying. Hold on.
You don't, pay much attention like that because that is the regular schedule.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't normally sleep together at night?
Oh, we do sometimes, like if we have work, sometimes, like if we feel like, more relaxed, like, we go like, there is like two separate areas.
Gotcha.
And then stuff like that, I heard that, like some type of noise, but like, you don't, pay much attention like that because that is the regular schedule.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't normally sleep together at night?
Oh, we do sometimes, like if we have work, sometimes, like if we feel like, more relaxed, like, we go like, there is like two separate areas.
Gotcha, okay.
And then sometimes, like one sleep on the floor, and then sometimes, like another person sleep on the bed. Usually like, we do not want to disturb our baby. That's why, like we try to, like minimize our noise, stuff like that.
Gotcha. Okay. So police came to the home, and what did they say to you? Because you didn't initially report her missing. Why is that?
Like on the next day,
Okay.
when the like on the first day when like she did not come at home in the evening, and then I check around, like usually where she go for hang around and then stay for with the friends. Just I check from the outside, and then I thought like she went like before something like that. So I just came back and.
This man just said he went around where she would normally be and checked the outside to see if she was there. What? Sir? You checked from the outside? What does that even mean? You weren't worried that she wasn't home and you have an 11-month-year-old or 11-month baby who's about to turn a year, or I think actually may have at this point, or is about, like, that doesn't sound right. You're not. If anyone has anyone that cares an ounce, and listen, I'm not the biggest with talking to my family every single day, and I know that. But if I'm missing, or if I'm gone for, like, if they try to reach out to me for more than 3 times and I'm not answering, there's a problem. So you don't see your wife for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. It On the fifth day is when you report her. But what, on the third and the fourth day you were like, oh, checking her. On the second day you were checking her. Let's see where she is. Just checking around on the outside though. You're not calling anybody. You're not knocking on any doors. From the outside, you would you would turn over rocks. You would do anything to try to find that person if you truly did not know where they were and you were genuinely concerned about where they were, right? And- hmm, okay.
And sleep with the baby, and then next day once I wake up, like a little bit later, I was working in the kitchen with the babies, and then police say like she's not at work, she's at home. Then I realized very seriously, then I talk to police, and then I say like stay here, just talk to police, and then why she did not at work, this and that, and then I really start, and then I say like I'm gonna file it. So police suggest me like just if it happens before, search around, and then if you are like tired of searching, you can file it. And then very next day, and then I text to the police officer, hey, like I already searched everywhere. And then he respond me in the text message. And then later on, like it's a long text message, he said like okay, now you can officially file it, call 911. And then that's what I did after that. And then yeah.
Has she ever gone missing before?
What do you mean?
You said to me on the phone that she's left before.
Yes.
Talk to me about that. How many times? What were the circumstances? Did you call police?
No, at that time we never called police. Like at that time, altogether 3 times. She went out. At that time, she has a demand because our parents were here, and then she said like she wanna send parents back, and then she wanna stay only with three, our baby and then ourselves.
Okay. But this time she didn't leave with the baby.
No,
Okay.
no. Before as well, like baby. She always leave baby here. She didn't do not take the baby.
She never took the baby.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Did she leave with any belongings? Did she leave with a car?
No, most of the belongings are here, but like her regular stuff, paperwork or stuff like that. Like she usually put her on a bag, stuff like that. Other than that, most of the stuff are here.
So somebody at the press conference today said that her passport was missing.
Because like a passport and then stuff like that. Because she started new job here, and then usually she put on the bag, and then passport is not here because passport on the passport there is a stamp which work as a work permit. That's why maybe like she took with her.
Okay, so he's trying to create a story. This is the only story which I'm gathering from this. Tell me if you guys are gathering anything else. He's trying to create a story that she took her passport or her work permit and or passport and work permit maybe, or her passport is her work permit. She took that with her to move on with her life, or like just uproot her life and leave her baby. So I think I briefly saw this in a comment that she probably did try to leave him before. She probably did try to, like those other 3 times maybe that he's referencing. Maybe she did try to leave him. And maybe she was trying to leave him again and he wouldn't let her. Again. This is all speculation. None of this is fact, obviously. This is just my brain working in the gallery. Well, out of the gallery, technically, but the point is, because once we go to trial, then we'll be in the gallery. But the point is, this is terrifying. Mamta, Mamta Bhatt. I pray, like these stories typically don't end well, but I hope that we do find her alive and well. I hope so. But his reaction, the way he's acting, the way everything is playing out, the baby's crying in the back. I did see an adult shadow in the video briefly, and after we finish it, I'll go back to it was very early on in the video. And obviously they don't want to be on camera, but I hope that's a family member. There's definitely more to come out about this story. I haven't seen this on any major news channel yet. And I think that's why it's good to shed light on some of these topics that are not covered on mainstream true crime networks or court TV, or those are great. I love law and crime. I love, like, but sometimes they only have the bandwidth to cover certain things. One channel I actually really do love, and this is, sorry, really brief digress, is True Crime Daily. Um, I think it's Anna Gasparo. I love how they do cover cases like this. I don't know if she's covered this, but this is definitely one that we need to get to the bottom of this, because if if he is responsible for this, obviously he should not be out in society. So I hope that we put all eyes on this, so we handle this like any other investigation, like a Shanann Watts or a Lacey Peterson, or any of these, mothers or women who go missing under these circumstances where you have potentially the perpetrator right in front of you. It's not a real mystery. But listen, I'm not telling the investigators something they don't know. They know this already. This is common knowledge and fact that uh husbands or spouses, I shouldn't just say husbands, because definitely wives murder, excuse me, but spouses have the potential to murder, and typically they are the one to murder the other spouse. So I digress.
I know some people got pretty upset with you today. What is your message to them?
Just like, be calm, like help. Our main focus is help finding my wife and my baby's mom, and then cooperate with the police, and then just go in a positive way.
Do you have any idea where she could be at this point?
Yeah, wherever, I have doubted, I already, personally, I carry my baby, and then personally I went there, and then I already take a look.
Where would that be?
First church, and then other places. Yeah.
You mentioned to me on the phone that you're the one suffering tonight. You mentioned.
Yeah, I'm the sufferer one. I'm the sufferer. My baby and then myself, we are suffering the most.
What do you say to her if she's watching this right now?
If she is watching, come back. Whatever is the issue, we can fix it. Please.
Did you guys have any sort of fight before?
No.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He said he is the one suffering. Yes, I believe the baby is suffering. I don't doubt that for a second. I don't doubt that that baby is suffering for a second in the hands of this monster. My opinion, I don't know this man. He may not be a monster. He may be a wonderful person. But from what I see, the insensitivity, the lack of care, he couldn't even say her name. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing her name correctly, and he couldn't even say her name. I hope my wife and my child's mother or my baby's mother comes. And he's suffering. Is he concerned that she's safe? That she's okay? That she hasn't been abducted or kidnapped, I guess, or attacked? He doesn't seem concerned about any of that. He's suffering. He's inconvenienced. He's bothered. He's upset. It's him. And that couldn't be more clear and evident in this moment than anything else. What is that? And why is that?
No.
Did you hear the people at the press conference today talking about
Yeah,
how?
I was there with the baby, but I stay for hour or something like that. After that, baby is keep crying, so somebody dropped me off here.
You don't know where she is at all. No idea.
No ideas.
Thank you for speaking with me. I appreciate it.
Tonight, it has been.
Let's actually watch this really quick. This just came up. I just want to see what they have to say about this is friends speaking out. So this would actually shed some light on this mother and this wife.
16 days since Mamta Kafle Bhatt was missing since last week. And for days, we have been there as friends, neighbors, even strangers came together to search for her. Tonight, Katie Lusso has an update from the friend who says she was the last person other than the family to speak with the missing mother.
Time may be ticking, but Nadia Navarro says she's holding out hope.
I'm still hopeful. I still believe in miracles.
That her friend Mamta Kafle Bhatt is okay.
I really do believe that Mamta is out there.
She's organized searches, hung up hundreds of flyers,
Hall that's over there.
and launched social media accounts. The latest update from Manassas Park Police came Thursday night. They released a timeline. She was seen at work on July 27th, spoke to a friend on the 28th. That friend, Navarro says, is her. She told WUSA 9 she had several missed calls from Mamta, but says they also exchanged texts.
She really wanted me to come over, and that's something I'm still.
Oh my gosh. This poor friend. She was texting her to come over, and this poor friend is probably going to have that weighing on her for the rest of her life. Oh my goodness.
Confused about.
She hasn't heard from her since, but says she's been replaying that conversation over and over. Police say the last person who saw her was her husband at their Manassas Park home on July 31st. We spoke with him Wednesday.
We don't have like any type of that. It was like normal day, like other regular days.
He told us he went to bed with their baby and never saw her again.
Don't know where she is at all. No idea.
No idea.
On August 2nd, police went to her home for a welfare check after she didn't show up to work and spoke with her husband. He says because she's gone missing before, they told him to keep searching for her. On August 5th, he reported her missing. Since then, police have remained tight-lipped about their investigation. Friday night, a group gathered outside the Manassas Park Police Department.
We were frustrated that we don't have any communication from the government authorities. More days pass by without knowing her what is happening. We're fearful that something bad happened to her.
In a statement, Mayor Jeanette Rochelle wrote that the police department is working very hard, that not everything can be shared because that might compromise the investigation. In the meantime, the community has rallied together to try and find.
I'm glad they included that because that they are clear that there's a a clear investigation going on right now, and the police can't disclose everything, which they typically don't, and that's something I appreciate that they do because we want them to solve the crime. We don't want to just be here talking about it. We want them to solve it. We want them to find the criminal and put them away, put them out of society. So whatever they have to do that, I fully support that, and I hope that they find her. The way that he is acting, though, like Manassas, Virginia, if you're not familiar with that area, we can kind of look up that general area so you can see where that is. And I personally, I'm somewhat familiar. Like I said, my sister's from Northern Virginia, so I know that area can be heavily wooded. The area where my sister lives is, I love it because like I mentioned, I'm from New York, so it's rare to have those like really peaceful oases. In Westchester, there's a few, but just being out there, she lives out there, it's right in her backyard, and I love it. So, um, I say that to say that it's heavily wooded though. You got a lot of wildlife. You have deer, you have, because it's developed areas where it, it's not built out of a city. It's like planned developments. So it's going to be very it could potentially be very challenging unless they have some digital data that could potentially lead you to um where was she disposed of potentially. G- Hopefully not, but I think they are searching for a body at this point.
Her, giving hope to Navarro.
There are good people in the world. That's how we can still function as a society, and it gives me hope and reassurance. And I'm so happy that so many people are as worried as for Mamta as I am. Now, police say her husband and friends have been cooperative with their investigation. Tomorrow, there are several events planned, a rally and a search of a park she liked to walk in. We've got all the details up on WUSA9.com. Simone?
A lot of people hoping she makes it home okay. Katie, thank you.
Yeah, so I do think there is a larger story here. I think that we're going to hear a lot more about uh Mamta, and we're going to hear a lot more about her husband Naresh, yeah, I think it's Naresh. Um so I wanted to see if I could pull up the Google Maps, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to, but I'll see. Manassas. It's interesting. I actually had a friend, or have a friend. I don't know why I say had. She's still very much with us. Um, she was actually planning on moving to Manassas. Um, all right. I mean, I don't know if this is 100% necessary, but I'll just do a quick little. Okay, so here's Manassas. Let me back up and do a little transition. So Manassas is like in it's it's somewhat inland, but it's Northern Virginia. So you have Like uh you're right near Alexandria, you're right near, what else do we have over here? Like literally DC. Like you're right in DC. It doesn't get more Northern Virginia than that. And what you have in this area is a lot of IT, government professionals. You're going to have all of those businesses that are going to that area centering right there in Manassas, Virginia. What I will say is I hope that we find Mamta. And I hope that she's safe. I hope that she is unharmed. I will say that it's not looking good, but I will say that even if it's not looking good, I hope we put the person responsible for it behind bars. And I believe that will happen. I trust that that will happen. And I hope you guys spread the word. You know, whatever word you can spread about this. And that's part of the reason why we're here, is because my goal is to hopefully spread the word. So, anyway, on that note, thank you guys for joining. Bye.